If you are a law student wanting to become a lawyer, you're going to do your practical legal training. Here's what you need to know about the work that's involved and how to manage the workload. I'm a lawyer from Melbourne who failed 8 classes when I was in law school and got 3 HDs in my last semester. And the content that I post on my blog and on this page is over here. First things first, what the work involves. Fortunately, I can't speak for any other PLT provider. I'm only basing it off my experience with Leo Custom because that is where I did my PLT. So basically how it works in Leo Custom is if you do it full-time, which is 20 weeks, it is split up into 4 rotations. Can't find an exact course structure, but I'm going to work with this from the Leo Custom website. Basically, the first 4 weeks will be the induction, which is basically introduction to actual legal work you do in a law firm. All the skills that you need to know as a lawyer. And you spend another 4 weeks doing transactions. This is where you do property and commercial law. Thing with the practical legal training is that you do things that reflect work in a law firm. For example, with transactions, with property law, the assignments and the tasks that are involved are basically things that you would do if you worked in a property law firm. For example, reviewing a contract, getting a letter of advice to a client for settlement, property settlement. The same thing for specialists. So in this rotation, this is where you get to choose 2 electives, as you can say. And similar, same thing. The assessments that you do reflect what you do in a real life law firm. So for example, in criminal law, you'd find yourself appearing in court for a directions hearing. So that's what one of the oral assessments would be. And then the next one is disputes. And then the last rotation is profession ready. I don't remember exactly on top of my head, but for example, you'd spend like 4 to 6 weeks on each rotation. In terms of if you do any research or anything like that, based on my experience with Leo Custom, so you go through the modules. The modules provide you with the information that you need to know to prepare for your assessments. They give you some extra material as well. Like for example, they'll give you links or documents, things that you may use in your assessment. So they do provide you with information and resources to save you time from the research. Yeah, absolutely. By all means, you can do your own personal research if it's going to help you with your assessment. Sometimes you may find yourself needing to do extra research. I found from my experience, my kind of thinking is that the resources that they provide